How was the filming of Shark Tank? And
Excellent. I think we thought we were captive for 19-20 days.
अब सपना छैन टाढा नजिक आउँदैछ भविष्य खोज्ने मनले क्रेटाई भी पाउँदैछ साथ विश्वासिलो यात्रा आरामदायक यही हो हाम्रो रोजाइ यही छ साह्रै लायक क्रेटा इभी
Hyundai Creta Electric, undisputed, ultimate, now electric.
how was the filming of Shark Tank? And
Excellent. I think we thought we were captive for 19-20 days, and I think we had a very good time to see what all people were thinking. And my first thought of why I was happy to be a part of Shark Tank when they asked me for it was because I was like, okay, so many times you're caught in the rut that you're doing.
Yeah.
What are people doing? What is brewing in the market? Right? So that was a thought which I went in with. And it was very nice to see some projects very much in their infancy, some slightly more mature, some people were doing well, and they are coming to pitch, some were coming only for marketing. So, what are the thought processes going behind that? So it was a very, very good experience, I must say. And we were not bored one of the days also, because we had 8 to 10 pitches every day. And it was really fantastic.
No, best wishes to you. Best wishes to Himalayan Television and the entire team that went ahead and did. Sad I couldn't be a part of it, but again, I'm glad that it happened because it's put in a seed, within the ecosystem, and then from this, a lot of young friends are gonna learn a lot of new things. Even if it comes to learning what ROI is, the full form of ROI, it's gonna be a big deal. That's how I take it because
I think, and the beauty of a program like this is that it will teach people that entrepreneurship could be out there for anybody. If you have an idea. But again, you have to club it with your logic and reason and your finances and your plan or whatever you're doing. But it's possible. You don't only have to look for a good job. A good job is comfortable maybe. But then if you can do something like this on your own, and if you have an idea, you don't have to always come from a business background. You could be the first one. Yeah. We want that startup culture to start. It might be there in infancy, but it should boom.
It definitely should, and I'm glad. I'm a big fan of Shark Tank US. I am, and I'm most probably going to be a big fan of Shark Tank Nepal as well.
I hope so.
There's something that Mark Cuban, I'm a big fan of that guy. And again, the things that sometimes you invest in people.
Yes.
That's something that I took from Mark Cuban.
You always invest in people, Sanjay. I will tell you what happened. Even this thing in 10 minutes when you're going to pitch, what do I see? I don't know what you're saying to me in numbers. Is it 100% okay or not okay? But with the conviction that you come and you put your idea, that's the most important thing. And I'm not saying it's not about dramatics. Your eyes tell the truth. That's what it is. And that shows your conviction. That shows your business plan. It shows how deeply you are engaged with it and where you will deliver. That's very important. So whatever I will talk about myself, for me, it's who is going to do that. Are they somebody who's going to just are they doing it for the fad? Are they going to just leave it halfway? No. So that's visible from when they come.
How much money was spent, give or take?
I think almost 49 crores was all put in together. Has been betted. Now, let's see. I hope in due diligence, it'll all be true and everything will, a lot of things will come up. Some will be will take a longer time to take shape. But if they are already in a certain, again, an entrepreneur is able to ride it very quickly, it'll happen.
So almost 50 crores. Damn, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Good on the team. Good on the team for doing this. I know. I'm glad that the team worked it out. And the startup policy. I think 2 years ago the startup policy came, and a lot of things has happened as well. The government really wants to support the startups too, if I'm not mistaken. The government is definitely looking forward towards this, and the TV show is definitely another catalyst for the boost of startups.
Yeah, there I would say I hope the government will have consistency. Consistency in every field. I think everybody who's doing business has to be looked at with a little bit more respectability. Making money is a great thing. You know, your GDP, your per capita, everything depends on what you make, right? And so if a business is doing well, right now we are trying to support the startup system. Tomorrow when they start making, we shouldn't start
questioning,
hampering that business because on several other agendas of, regulations, policies, change it overnight and all of that. I hope that doesn't happen. And Nepal is a virgin land. We can do a lot more.
Somebody within the business sphere said this to me that, Sanjay, the best returns that you can get is in Nepal, not anywhere else, because there's so much to do. Do you feel that?
Yes, I think absolutely. One, of course, like I said, everything, it's a very virgin land. Everything is required. So if you are a person who's bringing in things, you will be able to sell, right? And people's, from, let's say when I moved in here, from that time till now, the growth in the society has been there. Yeah. There's so much growth, right? But the growth, now the thing is, how are we going to keep this pace? How are we going to keep up with the world? How are we going to do all of that? But yes, now we can move a little bit towards manufacturing, and we don't have to do large, big things because we will never survive because we can't do large
we have
numbers.
India and China on the side.
And I think we don't want to get into the mass productions. We can find niches in everything that we do.
What kind of business would you invest in? Beyond Shark Tank, all right? This is just me saying it beyond Shark Tank. Like earlier off the record, we were talking about a few businesses that maybe, Sanjay, you hold off from these businesses, maybe. What kind of business would you actually invest in? Just your thought process.
For me, I feel anything which does not have boundaries, which could be very tech-based, we have all the brains. And here we don't have to quantify by saying, can we make 1,000? Can we make 1 lakh? Can we make 5 lakh pieces of something? There is no boundaries to that. You have a good policy from the government. You can employ 5,000 people in a call center. And you can deliver not to just your own people. You could be delivering all around the world. The world is your 8 billion is your your audience then, and your client base. So I would think we should focus on things like this, either niche productions, like physically if you have to produce things, and otherwise tech is something which could be a major thing for us.
So you definitely invested in tech then.
Yes, I did.
Going global is something that we definitely could do and we definitely need to do. And I'll take your approach on that. All right, let's come back to local. From when I was very young, I remember going to auto show, right? You know what I'm referring to, and looking at motorcycles and cars that I'd never imagined I'd be able to see. Things that I saw on newspaper and on magazines. We didn't have internet when I was growing up. And that was called NADA. Auto show. I'll never forget that. I remember going to my first NADA auto show in BICC, where the parliament is now. They have that open ground outside. And I remember going there and looking at motorcycles and cars like a teeny meeny 15-year-old teenager and being fascinated by it. We've come a long way with NADA, all right? Now we have a new organization, and I want you to please share a little bit about the organization.
So I think what we have to, I hope people will not keep saying we have factions, breakaway and all of that. It's not. So NADA is a very, very respectable organization from a very long time with a large number of, like you're saying, from a long time you've been going, right? And it has it's such a large umbrella. And so such a large umbrella that it encompasses from garages to spare parts to everything, right? And the cars and the motorcycles and everything.
तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जॉय गर्नुभयो होला। अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ YouTube मा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। Vias Media Network.